Hey P8, just figured I'd make another video for you guys right now. This video has to do with your learning package that I would have sent home with your parents or guardians last week. Okay, most of you already know what's in it, but just to make sure, I just want to do a quick video letting you know what exactly is in it in case you're missing anything or in case you had any questions about certain kind of assignments in there. Okay, so here I'm gonna go based off subject and then just go from there. So the first one subject is ELA, English Language Arts. Just make sure you are reading, you're trying to read for at least 30 minutes every single day. That could be a book you have, it could be something online like Epic Books or News ELA or anything else that requires reading. Make sure you read for half an hour. And then afterwards, I want you to try to record what you read. So make a record of how many pages you have read if it's a book, and then maybe a brief, not maybe, but put a brief summary as well. So you could either choose to write that down on a piece of paper or you could write it down on a Google Doc. However way you want to show it, that's up to you. Just make sure you have somewhere written down a brief summary of what you read for that day and how many pages you read. Okay. Also, as well, there is this project called All About Me. That is this right here. Okay. So it's all pretty much self-explanatory, meaning you could just read it over and it tells you what you're supposed to do. There is a mandatory part of the assignment. That's part 1. And part 2 is also a mandatory section. So everything on part 1 and part 2 you have to complete. And then part 3 is a choice. So you choose one of those 6 options in part 3 to do. Okay? Try to do all of these onto a Google Doc because that would make things easier for you. If you can't, then again, you could try to write neatly on a piece of paper loose leaf. Okay, that covers that. And then spelling. Oh, one thing I want to mention as well, if you do not have some of these in from your learning package, it could be because there was some other things I put in there instead. So if you're curious, if you're wondering why don't I have these, should I have the stuff that Mr. Lee is mentioning right now, just send me a message on Google Classroom or get your parents or yourself to send me an email asking, hey, Mr. Lee, I don't have this in my package. Should I have it? And then I will let you know right away if you have it or if you're supposed to have it or not. Okay? For spelling, I have lesson 12 and lesson 13 in spelling. Now, both of those should have 2 sheets each, double-sided. Make sure you do your best to complete both of them, and then have either a parent, guardian, or oldest sibling do the spelling test for you or with you. Okay. Now, number 12 is the one that has a bunch of words. So I think there's 100 words. So that's going to be a longer spelling test. So make sure you find some time to do that with the parent, guardian, or oldest sibling. And then lesson 13 also has the spelling list for your spelling test as well. So make sure you do that. Okay. That's pretty much everything when it comes to ELA. But now, sorry, I'm kind of off camera here, but for math, there is fraction jump math booklets that I want you to do. In total, some of you might have more, some of you might have less because we started this before this whole, social distancing, practicing social distancing happened. So some of you might have more, some of you might have less, but all of the jump math booklets have to do with fractions. So there's mixed fractions, there is equivalent fractions, fractions of whole numbers, okay? If you were one of the ones to receive these, okay, they all have to do with fractions. Make sure you're working on these as well. I'm already started making answer keys for all of them, so I'll post those up shortly. However, to make sure you're doing them and not actually just copying the answers, you let me know when you're finished them, and then I will give you the answer key privately. I won't post it up onto Google Classroom. I'll send it to you privately so you have access to it. Also for math, there is this fraction task project. Okay. It has to do with fractions again, and in total there is 16 tasks. I outlined in the package that I wanted you guys to try to do 1 to 2 of these pages or 1 or 2 of these tasks per day. There are 16 tasks in total. Should be enough time for you guys to do the whole booklet. Okay, again, one of you asked me a question about it. Great. If you have any questions or any concerns about this booklet, this task project for fractions, let me know. Okay, and then finally, if you finish both of those, you have this 40 Funtabulous puzzles, okay? You could work on this as well if you are finished all of those, okay? This is kind of like extra work, and it's not just fractions, it's multiplications, division, all sorts of things on here, okay? Place value, that's all for math. Okay, after that, social studies, we want to do the famous Canadian biography, right? Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that started because you guys aren't here. This is a good thing to start with. So choose a famous Canadian, okay? It has to be a Canadian, and they have to be famous. I'm not gonna, I said that I want to be a historically famous Canadian. I'm not gonna put the, I'm not gonna put that restriction on you guys for this. You could choose any kind of famous Canadian, and then you have to write why you chose them, and pretend that you're a reporter. What kind of questions would you be asking them? After that, you need to put on this graphic organizer some of significant events and the dates and the description of the dates of some events that this famous Canadian was a part of or had something to do with. Okay, that's all for social studies right now. If you guys do finish that, whether you finish it or not, I'm going to be making a Google slide of template for you guys to use to put all those significant events for your famous Canadian to hopefully present when you guys get back. For science, there's a number of things. There is the solar system booklet, okay? It's a big booklet, but a lot of it's just really, you gotta read and then answer questions, okay? I want you guys to try your best to get all of this done by the time the break is over. So by April the 9th, I believe the date is, okay? Now, it may be longer than that, but we'll see. We don't know that right now. Try to get it all done except for the final project. Don't worry about the final project, okay? We don't have to worry about that. Just try to get the rest of the booklet finished, though. There is, oh, sorry, I just moved my camera. There is the Where Does Our Plastic Go poster. Okay, so there's a poster project of Where Does the Plastic Problem poster project. There is 2 What in the World articles that go with this. The Where Does Our Plastic Go and the Plastic Problem. Make sure you read both of those first and answer the questions in those articles before you tackle this poster project. Okay? Again, if you don't understand how to do it, let me know and I'll explain in more detail. I'm trying to make this video a bit shorter so you don't have to watch for too long. We also have another What in the World article called An Out of This World Tourist Destination. Okay, we were working on solar systems, we were working on space before you guys left, so please read this article and answer the questions for this one as well. There's also a word search at the end you can do with it. And then I also had COVID-19 What in the World article. So for those of you that are not too sure what COVID-19 is yet, okay, if your parents don't know, this could be an article for them to read to you as well. So you read, we did this last week with the few kids that were here. So you guys may already have, those ones that are here may already have it completed. If you don't though, please make sure you read the article and finish the questions, complete the questions, okay? Because this is something that's very important for us to know, just so you know what's going on. And that's all for science. And actually the last one, COVID-19, is kind of science and health, so you kind of put that together. And then I have 2 things here that's for French from Madame Haas. Okay. You would have got the physical copies of these. I did not. I don't think I think I may have put a digital copy as well, but there's physical copies of this. I don't read French. I don't know French, so I'm not too sure what it's asking of you, but it looks like it's a matching kind of a booklet. And then there's this one here as well, or again, it looks like it's a fill-in-the-blank matching kind of a booklet. This one has to do with directions, it looks like, and provinces. So I could guess from There's a few things I know. And it was one other thing in French as well, that word search creator that you're supposed to make that Badam Hans mentioned to me. So I put the digital copies onto Google Classroom. If you want to know how to access them and you're not too sure, again, let me know and I'll try to email or try to do the best I can to help you out. Okay, anyways, this video has gotten really long. That's the learning package. Okay, if we don't know what's going on with whether you guys are going to come back after April the 9th or not, but if you guys aren't, then definitely that learning package hopefully is enough work for you guys to do for the time you're away. If it isn't, definitely I will make sure I get things put in place so you guys have enough work that you guys can do at home to help you with your learning still. Okay, anyways, that's it for this video. Again, stay safe, stay at home, practice social distancing, and until next time, good luck, P8.